Well, hello, and let's begin this new part. Everything starts off where we just left off. Everybody is on a moon base. Hey, that's where I got. That's what I got wrong. Okay, the moon base thing doesn't happen for a long time. How do I know that? Oh, how do I know that? Because because after rewatching the show a little bit more and not being in a rush, I saw the moon base part has Peridot. And Paradox gets introduced in season 2. So yeah, the first part where at the end they go to the moon base, retcon is not happening until later on. Sorry boys, I did more research again, got back into the show more. Now beginning. So they go off, goof off, do anything they want for a while, and some filler stuff happen, but you cannot call it filler because what the fuck are you gonna fill in there? There's not. It's just a cartoon show, not adapting from anything, so you cannot call it filler. But most of the parts happens rather the same. They they get to the warpad, Garnet destroys it because it got repaired. Who repaired it? Don't know. Don't know who repaired it. But after a while that episode happened, man, Steven got a job. And around that time, Steven leaks the information to the enemy. Thank you, Steven. Thank you very much. And how do you leak the information? I'll show you on the screen. Yeah, because of that, most of the people that Steven mentions got kidnapped. Thank you, Steven O. And around the time, and I know this is getting into season 5 territory because when this is around the part where they have to go to the home world with the whole trial. I've thought this through. Okay, because this is a what if, I decided to twist things, make events happen a little bit sooner, so will be as predictable. So Steven is getting kidnapped, while the rest have to deal with Peridot. Peridot is just trying to repair every single thing that is broken. The warpad is repaired again. The communication tower is repaired again. Dear Lord. So Garnet and Pro fuse into sardonyx. Well, just Amethyst has to watch. But around the time she feels the earth shake. Don't know why. But she realized, oh dear, Giselle is out again. So quickly goes to container and see Giselle is perfectly in control. Just trying to get back Steven, which is going to take a while. Oh boy. Well, with the help of Lion, and Giselle, they managed to get Lars and everybody and Steven home. While the Yams has to run. Thank goodness. But by then, Giselle lets her guard down. Oh no. Because of that, Giselle just froze while everybody is just feeling the victory. Around the time Sardonyx managed to capture Peridot and realize, This gem is deformed. It's, it's smaller and weaker than most other gems. How unusual. His robot limbs attachments. Hmm. Who cares? They throw in the ocean and they bring her back. Because that paradox is really angry and they have to contain her somewhere. But so when they get back home, Sardonyx defuse back into Cornet and Pearl. But that leaves Pearl empty. Because of the fusion, she felt how it felt to be fused again. She felt whole, complete, all-knowing. So she decides, when Cornet wasn't looking, she let Paradox free. Paradox escapes with her small size. Jesus, she runs really fast. Cornet is surprised on why and how that happened. Well, Pearl's that surprised too. But no time to worry about that. Something is going outside. What's going on? Giselle is losing control more and more. This is bad. And Cornet and Pearl decide to fuse, but this time no. They need something more. Amethyst came in the picture and said they need something that can really help them. So Pearl thinks, no more sardonyx. Alex, and before she could say that, Amethyst just runs into her, fusing, becoming oval. The fusion was unstable because, of course, Pro didn't agree to it. But Amethyst really wanted to fuse. But Cornet wasn't near there. So a really unstable oval tries to shoot an arrow, but before she could do that, it crumbles. And they both argued while Giselle is just laughing menacingly. And who is now in control? Jasper. The Jasper side of Giselle is now out, punching the ground, causing earthquakes everywhere. And around the time, Steven doesn't know what to do now. Steven is confused. Steven is afraid. What is he supposed to do? He gently grabs and pets Lion. In the moment, Steven falls in Lion's mane. Something is clearly odd. He cannot breathe in there, so he just pokes his head back out. And after that, he went back in and see. This is odd. A scout of a sword? Strange. And a bubble gem. Steven managed to somehow free the bubble, and with that, Bismuth come out sooner than usual. Because of that, Bismuth is trying to say, hey, I'm here for nothing, okay? I'm not trying to do nothing. The usual interactions have been, they both managed to get out of Lion's mane, and Bismuth sees her friends are in danger. She has to help. So Bismuth make her hand into a hammer and just go ham on Giselle. But in that moment, Cornet, Amethyst, and Pearl agree. they need Alexandrite. Because of that, they fuse into one. Alexandrite is formed. And with that, with Alexandrite's help and business, everybody can easily take care of Giselle. And with that, Alexandrite shoots an arrow and it splits Giselle in two, making Spinel and Jasper again. Jasper disappears while Spinel gets saved. While Spinel gets saved by Lion. Oh shit! And with that, business is surprised. How and why? Business is surprised to see that Spinel is growing to some kind of strong person instead of just a goofball. She's happy. And with that, everything goes on. Everybody goes to the forge. Steven gets shown that monster's weapon. The breaking point. And everything goes down. They battle. In the end, Steven has to prove business again. And with that, Steven puts Miss Gam back in a bubble and back in Lion's Mane. The next day, everybody's reconnecting, and Spinel wonders, where's Bismuth? She remembers seeing him. Was it just a hallucination? And the others raised the question too. Bismuth just fought with them yesterday and just showed them the forge and the weapons upgrade she made for them. What happened? Steven just says, "What? That didn't happen." Nobody is buying it. They're pushing Steven to the point where Steven has to confess at some point. But Steven still remains strong, just runs away, being the most normal thing a kid could do, besides crumbling under the weight of everybody. And Steven goes to Connie's house and just straight up yaps about his frustrations with what's going on right now. He doesn't know what to do. He got his friend Spinel back. Some bismuth gem just admitted to wanting to kill people and become a murderer, and everybody is asking him what happened to her. And Connie says, "Do what you need to do." And to put Steven's mind back in the game, they go to the beach, where they stumble across. Oh no! A corrupted gem. And this is where Steven's power comes into use. He can finally form his shield. While they're fighting, Connie gets kidnapped by some scrawny looking gem. Steven seeing this, he's no longer playing around. His friend is getting kidnapped. So Steven just straight up just throws his shield at that person. That person just fails, and poof, Paradol has been poofed, not killed, not shattered. It couldn't have. because of the distraction that Paradol made, Steven gets smacked, he gets knocked out, and Connie has to save him. They both have to run with the Paradox Gem in Connie's possession. And while they're resting in a little tree trunk, they hear another corrupted too. What is going on? There are now two corrupted? This is bad. And I know they all are not supposed to be two corrupted. They have to battle a beach. They have to battle a corrupted on a beach with Amethyst there. I know. And when they encounter that one in the snow, I know. And they have to hide in a tree trunk or something. I'm combining it to make it more interesting. Just enjoy the story, boys. I'm trying to make it more fun for y'all. Yes, having Spinel doesn't really change much. So I just want to make y'all happy and just smile. So I'm just gonna change some stuff so you guys can have fun. So back to the part where they're hiding in a little tree trunk. When Steven wakes up, the Paradox Gem is slowly glowing too, and Paradox comes back alive. Paradox gets pinned down by Connie. Paradox is obviously scared because two against one, unfair, right? Paradox just screams in his scrawny voice. Steven isn't having none of it. He tries to kidnap his friend. So he's not letting that slide. Because he said, it's okay. Nobody has to get hurt. But Steven cannot allow it. He tries to bring out a shield, but in his anger that somebody would try to kidnap his friend to do God knows what. Instead of forming a shield, he forms something like a bubble around his fist, like what he did when he fought for Spinel in the movie. New power so young. We gotta teach them young, you know. But he comes down and he said, "You're going to be bait," and puts Paradox out of the tree trunk and just lets the corrupted gems come. But at the last moment where Paradox thinks she's gonna die, Steven pulls her back in and puts on his boxing gloves, and just straight up goes out there and gives the corrupted gem hell, saying, "This is what you get for hurting my friend." And with that, the corrupted gems, with some miracle, both of them got poofed, and Steven managed to contain it. But Paradox tells them those corrupted gems are nothing of any of their worries. What they should be afraid of is what's forming down there. But don't worry, it's gonna form soon. A geo weapon that might destroy this whole earth. They don't know if Paradox is lying, but what do they have to lose? If he is, he'll be dead. If he isn't, they'll survive. So they trust Paradox and go back to the others, and they tell them about a cluster. They're not too sure, but Greg introduced them to the new barn, and there's a new resident living there, Lapis Lazuli. Everybody's surprised on how and why she lived here, But Lapis is shocked on why they are there. But Steven said, "Hey, let's be friends." And Lapis not wanting to run anymore because she's out of places where she could go at this point because anyway she won, she got shooed out. Because of that, she just stayed. And the shenanigans goes down. The few Steven makes some stupid stuff happen. Steven discovers that he can actually make spikes come out of his gloves. That's insane. Now this could be useful, man. So Steven tries to train himself with Garnet because Garnet is the master of boxing. And eventually Spinel gets back to the question, where is Bismuth? But before Steven can finally answer correctly, the ground starts shaking. Pedro says, "It's the cluster. It's forming again." No, it's forming. And they're shocked. They're not even ready. How are they supposed to stop it when the machine to get there is not even ready? And Spinel thinks, come on, what she has to lose? She stretches her body out to the limits, making a trail work by her being the springs and the logs, and they drill down with Steven and Pedro going there. And with that, everything goes down the same. When they come back up, everybody's happy. But Spinel is under a lot of stress. She has to use a lot of her willpower just to keep stretching. If not, the drill might have been broken. Thank God. She managed to last until they could get back home. And after that, they went to the beta kindergarten. When I meant Steven Amadis, and drumroll please, finally Peridot. We're going to be the kindergarten. Wow, awesome, right? But this time, because of all the shenanigans, going to the moon is going to be a little bit later than usual. Keep that in mind, okay? Keep that in mind. So, this time Smokey Car doesn't come out. Instead, nobody has to fuse because with everybody being upgraded, except for Peridot, okay? With Bismuth hooking up Amethyst, and Steven with his spiky gloves, they can easily take down Jasper at this point. So no Smoky Core. What a shame. And with that, a while later, they have to do something now. Steven has to do something. He tells Pearl about this world inside Lion's Mane, where there's a little scalpel for a sword. Because of that, Pearl takes Steven on an adventure, telling him stuff about his mother. They go to temples, and eventually Pearl gives the sword to Steven. Wowie. Awesome, right? Steven is a bold as pro hitters. Remember, he is happy he finally got it, but he still couldn't use it. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off. Hope you all enjoy. And I'll see all of you guys in episode 3.